heart with a sweet one bliss. Someone flips me a bad body. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening, welcome to iBoxingHub. Remember guys, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like and share. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly Tre. What's good?
What's going on, cuz? Obviously, hopefully you're cool, hopefully you're blessed. And obviously big up to the people. I know obviously Mr. Pads straight in the comments. Obviously big up to you, Mr. Pads. He's obviously saying my brethren Tre and Biyenge, what you saying? Did not like the Canelo versus Berlanga card, but I'm looking forward to AJ versus Dubois. Gonna be amazing. Obviously, big up to Ryan in the chat as well. But cuz obviously it's Sunday. It's that service that we obviously provide to the boxing community. Of course, it's the end of week roundup, and the title of the show, as you know, is El Presidente retains, his titles over Edgar Berlanga. Obviously, cuz before we get into the show properly, we obviously have to do the shout outs, of course. And here's a word from our sponsors, D-Rock. Yes. So guys, make sure you're supporting us by obviously purchasing some of the goods as well. So all you need to do to take advantage of the 40% off is just use our discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 40% off everything. So if you like what I'm wearing, 40% off. Go on the website, t-shirts, 40% off, shorts, 40% off. You know the drill. But cuz obviously big up to Neutral. Ra with a random comment here said he's naked in a hot bath. Look, our shows we want to make sure everyone's comfortable, but you know, it's one of them ones, man. But cuz we obviously have to do our shout outs, of course, man. Shout out to Rico and Mr. Neutral. They obviously did a tremendous watch along for the event as well. And big up to Abbas. He did the trip at Newcastle. He's obviously got an interview with Adam Salah and also Slim the Hitman. So guys, just head over to our channel and make sure straight after this show you're watching the rest of the shows, man. But cuz it's now the review. So cuz before we kind of just get into it, man, I want you to kind of set the tone for us, man. Oh, Lucy. And I guess that's better than being clothed in a hot bath. Now, big up to Lucy all the way from the States, showing some love. Obviously, we appreciate you, and you're obviously one of the reasons why we do these shows, because we just want to give you guys a platform to just come and have your say, and also give you access into the boxing world for our content, man. So, cuz, set the tone, man. What you saying?
Well, let's just briefly touch up on the co-main event. It was expected, you know. It was expected. I mean, what do you expect? He hasn't been. He's been inactive. Garcia's been inactive for what, I believe 2 years.
Yeah.
And like, did you guys really think he was going to win a world title?
I'm not even gonna lie, cuz Lara. I think I said this on the last show as well. I think Lara, as he's getting older, obviously we're seeing him, you know, what's the saying? That about fine wine. That as he gets older, he's getting, it's tremendous. But I think there's weight divisions for a reason as well. You said the inactivity, but also the weight divisions as well, man, made a big difference. Garcia should retire at this point, is what Mr. Pads is saying. It is a fair point, but I kind of don't really like to tell fighters when they should retire, man. It's up to them, man. If they still got fighting them.
My issue with Garcia, well, not that I have an issue with him, but the issue is that he's moving up from 147 to 154, right? And he hasn't even fought anyone at 154, and he wants to challenge the champion. I think where they're going wrong is they're just trying to rush it. If anything, build yourself. Have a few warm-up fights.
Yeah, I believe before he obviously was inactive, he obviously had that fight with Benavidez' brother at 154, I believe. But at 160, he obviously hasn't fought at the weight before. Obviously dared for greatness. It just didn't happen for him. So Lara obviously showed his class. Like we could say, inactivity and all of these factors does come into play, but Lara still put on the show, and he obviously came out in the yin yang, the black and white, the logo. He just come through some next energy, man. So big up to Lara. He obviously put on a tremendous fight. He had one fight at 154, just confirming. And this fight was at 156, right? It was a bit of a confusing one. Apparently, the title wasn't on the line. It was a catch weight. They obviously made the decision to do this last minute, which, is fair. It makes sense. So I think regardless, man, it was a good performance from Lara. But cuz I kind of want us to touch up on it, man. Like, obviously, Caleb Plant, he had his fight as well. Big up to Neutral, man, and Rico. Obviously, Shiesty was in the watch along as well. It was just tremendous energy. Makambi, I can't lie, a lot of people just love his vibe because of his mustache and mullet and everything. He just comes through with this. I think I was calling him, remember GTA, Vice City in the 80s or whatever? He's based on characters back then, man. But he came through. He was strong, got planted down a few times. And it was looking like, whoa, this was a bit of a mad one. But then Levels stepped it up. And Plant, eventually got the stoppage. But because this is what I wanted to ask you. So now that Plant now is the WBA interim champion. So what that means is he's in line to fight, who? Yeah, he's in line to fight him for the full belt. So my question to you is, what's next for Plant?
Well, here's the thing. He could either. I don't think Canelo will fight him next, if I'm honest with you. I would like to see Plant and Berlanga.
I was thinking, you see, because this is why we're cousins, man, because I was thinking exactly the same thing. I think that's a good fight. Berlanga's just obviously lost that big one against Canelo. But, Plant now has the interim title. They obviously had their back and forths during the press conference and stuff like that. So it makes sense. Let's do it. I think it makes sense for both fighters. If the Charlos aren't retired, Plant should fight Jamal. Or Jamel. Jamel, okay. If Jamal's moving up, then, or Jamal. Who are you talking about? Jamel or Jamal? Because Jamal, I believe, the one that Plant slapped, of course, he's the one moving up to 168. Jamel, I believe, would be moving up to 160. Or is he going to stay at 154? We don't know with that. So let's see. I would like to see Jamal Charlo versus Plant. They've got a bit of history, with that slap and with what's happened, of course. Yeah, Jamal, the bigger one. Yeah, the one that got slapped. I hate, it's so crazy that we have to describe him like that, which like so crazy, man. But look, it is what it is. I would love to see that fight. I think it would be interesting for the boxing world. And just it's good to see Plant back. I think Plant, he had to sort of what's the word, grit his teeth a bit because Makumbi, he came to fight. I think Lucy said in the comments as well that he did better than he we thought, and I agree. So, cuz I agree with you, man. Let's have it, Charlo or Berlanga. Let's have it.
It most probably be Berlanga because Charlo, I mean, what he ain't been active for what? He's been out for a few months now, isn't it? Has it been
Yeah,
6 months or something? So I don't know. I doubt I will see that one. But Berlanga will be an interesting fight because obviously after yesterday his stock's gone up even though he didn't get a victory. But yeah, we'll talk about that later on. I wanted to quickly briefly touch up on Rolly. Didn't watch his fight. What was the outcome?
Rolly Romero. This is Rico's favorite guy, of course. Rico's favorite guy. He obviously, Jaime, he put in a good shift, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Rolly just about won on decision, man. But to be honest, it was pretty much sink or swim with Rolly, because if he would have lost that, then he would have went down the pecking order. It just would have been absolutely horrible. Raz obviously saying Plant ain't getting Canelo again, so he should pursue his own legacy against the next batch, which is fair. Lara still looking good at 41, would beat Eubank. Yeah, Eubank should challenge him for the belt. Yeah, for sure. Like, middleweight, why not? I would love to see that fight, man. For sure, man.
But with Eubank, so what weight is he campaigning? Is it 160 or 168? Because if he wants Canelo, it's 168.
Yeah, so I watched one of his interviews the other day, and definitely he's 160. He will campaign at 160, but he did say that Canelo offered him, gave him an offer for that fight at 168. And he obviously rejected it. And I understand his reasons for rejecting it. It's because he thought, he's been inactive for over a year, needs to be more smart about it. And he thought, tune up before the big one. So I think he's targeting that Cinco de Mayo date next year. So let's see what happens. It just all depends on his performance, how he fares against his opponent. But yeah. Don't be surprised if you see Eubank Canelo happen, after his fight in October, man. Just don't be surprised, man, because he was offered. Canelo definitely saw an interest in that, so that should let you know that something might happen in the near future when it comes down to that as well. And Rico Boxing, big up to Rico, done a tremendous watch along with our brother Mr. Neutral. He's obviously saying hello Trey, hello Biyenge. Yes, big up to you, Rico. Tremendous job on the watch along yesterday. Love the energy. You and Neutral got a great vibe, and just having Shiesty and the rest of the people involved was great. But cuz I don't know if you're ready to do the big one.
Ready? Yeah.
You're ready to do the big one.
Yes.
From Mexico. El Presidente de la.
Where do I start? It was a one-sided fight. Let's be real. It was a one-sided fight. I was disappointed in Berlanga. I mean, don't get me wrong. I said Canelo was going to win anyway, but I didn't really see much. I felt that he wasn't really listening to his team. He kept going in the corner. Yeah, Canelo dropped him in round 3. He survived the whole round. I just expected more. I mean, look, all that hype talk, he's gonna do something, 6th round, nah, nothing, 0. Yeah, I'm just disappointed. I mean, Canelo didn't really look that great. Don't get me wrong, Canelo he's a superstar, but it's just like the old Canelo would have got him out round 3. That's my opinion. But yeah, I just think with Berlanga, he talks too much, and let's see if he fights somebody else, someone like the likes of Plant. Let's see what he can do. But I just expected more, man. I just really expected more. I know. Look, I understand he's had 20 odd plus fights, and Canelo's got more experience. Has had more fights. Canelo's like what 62 now. But I just expect more because I just feel that sometimes when you get an opportunity, a chance, yeah, you just have to fight. You have to just go out on your shield. But I just didn't see that in him. I didn't see it. I just saw I just think he was buzzed after he dropped on round 3.
Yeah,
I expected more, man.
Yeah, no, I fully feel you with what you're saying, cuz man, and it's a great analysis, and it's a fair point. I think what it is, and Canelo right now, he's at this point in his career now where because he's fought so many different guys, from legends like Miguel Cotto, Mayweather, to some of the young upcoming talents like the Munguias, the Berlangas in this situation. I just think it was one, experience, and two, we got to give Berlanga credit for his heart. I know it was a domination. I know if you're talking about rounds, I probably gave Berlanga about 3 rounds, but yeah, about 3 rounds, man. That's even just kind of being nice, man. But Canelo just obviously showed his class. Yes, I know when he dropped him, in my mind, because obviously we did the prediction prior, and I said inside 9. When he dropped him, in my mind, I was thinking, yeah, he's getting him out inside 9, man. But Berlanga, young lion, kept on coming forward. He just kept on coming forward. It was up for the fight, but it was way too defensive. Way too defensive. Berlanga isn't very good, is what Lucy's saying. I know Lucy's obviously going to make Rico angry because because Rico is pretty much rooting for Berlanga throughout the whole fight. And guys, just a disclaimer, he absolutely hates Canelo, so he really wanted Canelo to lose, like obviously with Usyk as well, wanted him to lose. But that's just not the case for these pound for pound greats, of course, man. But overall, I'll just give him respect, man. So, well, at least you're being respectful about it, Rico. But yeah, maybe
good sportsmanship at the end. Don't get me wrong. I respect that. I like that. You go to war, and then at the end, you hug it out and shake hands, whatever. I truly respect that. But as a boxing fan, I truly just wanted to see more. It's just like he done the same thing what Thingy done, Charlo, when he fought Canelo. So I just need somebody to put it on Canelo.
Wait, so to cut you off there just quickly. You said you done the same thing that Charlo did. So do you think I think we mentioned this prior in the last few shows. Do you think it's the whole atmosphere? It's the whole atmosphere effect, the lights, the occasion, I think it's difficult.
I think with Canelo, he hits hard. I think once he touches them, it's like, ooh, this guy's tough. He hits hard. They don't want to admit it. That Canelo hits hard. Do you know what I mean? At this present moment, no one's beating Canelo at 168. I mean, don't get me wrong. It will be interesting to see what's his name? The guy is dark in. I'm forgetting his name now.
Oh, come on, guys. El Monstro.
El
Monstro.
Yeah. I think he could be the boogeyman that could possess something. But I don't know if he beats Canelo. That's me being honest. El
Monstro. David Benavides.
However, this is Canelo said that he wants to challenge Bivol once. Well, this is if Bivol beats Bertabiv. Now that's funny. Why not challenge the winner? Do you know what I mean? Why Bivol?
Rico saying my hair's turning orange like Canelo. I love it, man. Yeah. El Presidente de la Mexico. No, of course, man. No, but I agree with you, cuz, man. I agree. Maybe that needs to happen, but I just think that when fighting Canelo, you gotta not only fight the warrior, but you gotta deal with the occasion. You gotta manage the occasion. You gotta manage the expectations, because I'm guessing once you're in that ring across from Canelo, I think it's a different energy. It's something that fighters are not used to until they're in that situation. So that's why, you know, I would say Berlanga would gain a lot of experience from this fight, so that when he fights in other fights, I think that experience he's had fighting Canelo, you know, will help him prepare for that fight, man. And big up to Antonio Sanchez. Big up to you. You say maybe Canelo do be carrying these fighters like Floyd. Thank me later. Canelo gonna show you next, and Berlanga selling out like Cotto in New York. If you understand their life path numbers. Now, big up to you, Antonio Sanchez. Thank you so much for tuning in, my brother. Caleb Raheem Plant. Yep, I know he's excited about that, of course. But BF says he's going to cruiserweight. So I guess that we got that.
Do you know what? Just had a thought, right? To make it even more interesting, let's just say if Bivol beats Bertabiv, right? The next person in line to challenge the for the titles is the winner of Boatsi and Hutchison, right? Now let's just say Boatsi beats Hutchison, big up South London.
Well, yep.
Why don't we get Boatsi and Canelo, and then the winner can then challenge Bivol? Do you know what I mean? Make it more interesting.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those situations now where, you know, when you've completed a game, Canelo, I think, has completed the game in his division, 168. Respectfully, he's beaten everyone that's about. I know Moreau's moved up and Benavidez moved up. Those are the two anomalies. But in terms of everyone else, man, he doesn't need to prove himself to no one. Maybe moving up could be the option. And but I think Canelo's at this stage now where he's not fighting for legacy, cuz, man. He's fighting more for, I would say, you know, to enjoy. He loves boxing, so he wants to be paid for it, man. And, you know, if the right money comes in, give him the big fights, man. And I think he wants Bivol. He wants Bivol. He wants that rematch, man. So let's see how he fares. But also, Benavidez wants the winner as well. So they might have to clash at 175 pounds, man. So we might see this in the future. I know a lot of people say, oh, he's ducky, but, you know, maybe the right money hasn't presented itself yet, man. Obviously, they're both in different paths. Benavidez, he's obviously pushing for legacy right now. Canelo's already a Hall of Famer fighter. He doesn't need to prove nothing to no one. He's obviously fighting for, you know, big butts. So he's letting people know, look, if you want me to fight so-and-so, just pay the money, man. So I just hope, you know, we get these fights in the future, of course. Bertabiev going to get chinned by Bivol. Going to have flashbacks of Wrestling Bears, feel for him. And Ragnar Bivol. And the IBF mandatory at 175 has been waiting since last March. So there will be a free belt at the weight in a minute. So, you know, he could go through the IBF route, man. Who knows, man? So this is, I think, the ball's in Canelo's court at the end of the day, man. El Presidente, as I call him, can do whatever he likes, man. So if he wants to stay at 168, he could. There's some fights, you know, in Bealey, a few guys, but it's not really going to be profitable for him. 175, there might be some fights for him that, you know, could make sense money-wise, man. So let's see, because generally I'm just excited. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy the event. I personally enjoyed the event. I think maybe I enjoyed the event because of the watch-along. Like, it just kind of brought on a different vibe, man. But just in general, cuz just the from the fights that you did watch for the card, what did you feel about the overall production? Because remember, this is Amazon Prime. This is something new, new experience. So yeah,
honestly, it was alright. I can't. Yeah, it was alright. In my head, it's still obviously it's PBC.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it, innit? Yeah. To be honest, yeah.
It's prime time, but yeah, no, it's
Prime time.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
nice.
you know,
It's right.
Jimmy Lennon Jr., we don't get in trouble for just saying you're lying, man, you know. So, yeah, no, I love it, man. I honestly love it. It's just the fact that they've got him, you know, still introducing the fighters. It kind of brings that richness, man, to the events, man. So, no, big up, man. Big up to our home.
So I mean, you know, who should, in your opinion, should Canelo fight next? So you got Eubank Jr., you've got Crawford, you've got Bivol, and you've got Benavides.
Well, if you're talking about my dream fight,
Mm.
I would have to go for like if let's say for example I had the opportunity to, you know, make a fight happen, it would have to be El Monstro versus, you know, El Presidente, Cinco de Mayo 2025. That's what I would want to see. Mexico versus Mexico. I think that would be a big event because you saw how the vibe was for Mexican Independence Day. You saw the energy. Just imagine for this fight, you've got two Mexicans. You know, you've got the young lion in Benavides. You've got the living legend in Canelo battling it out. Yeah, I would absolutely love it. But for some reason, I see that fight happening at potentially 175 pounds, man. I don't see that fight happening at 168 pounds just because Benavides has moved up. I don't know if he's gonna wanna move down for this kind of fight, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. What's your thoughts about when fighters kind of fluctuate up and down in weight, man? Do you think it's a good idea doing that, or you know, it's money talks at the end of the day? If
I
he
mean, it really,
a certain amount of money, he would do it.
I
Do you
mean,
know what
it
I mean?
really comes down to the fighters, isn't it? You know how they feel, because if they're at
Really?
if he's up at 175, yeah, and he's comfortable at that weight,
Mm.
and you know, and if he's not really comfortable at 168, and it's just like just draining yourself, it's just like I look at the likes of Errol Spence. He was at 147 for how long? For too long.
For like a decade, man. That's my boy, man. He was there for a whole decade. The car crashes as well. That delayed the Crawford fight, in my opinion. And when it did finally come, it's a bit too late, man. Yeah, it was a shot fighter by then, man. But who knows? Maybe I would like to see him back at 154, man, pounds. I don't know, you know, how he would be as a fighter. I don't know how damaged he is after those fights, man. But I'd love to definitely see that. Munguia fights next week against Eric. Ooh, okay, if Eric Bison wins, I think he's also an option, which is fair. Which is fair. Shout out to Mexico. Sad times. Yeah, man. Now it's interesting because I can't even lie. Boxing right now is interesting. I can't even lie to you, but obviously because next week is obviously the big one, the tremendous one. We've got the Wembley edition card that's out. I can't believe it. We're gonna get 100k in the arena. We obviously got the extension in terms of the capacity itself. Daniel Dubois defending his IBF title against you know, your man Joshua. So obviously because you're a big fan, cuz man, I always like to kind of ask you these questions, man. In terms of the build up, I'm sure you've been watching AJ's interviews and stuff like that. How's he feeling, looking? How's his vibe? Like, what's he saying?
He's locked in.
Locked in.
He's taking him serious. Do you know what I mean? You obviously got to take all of your opponents serious. He's truly locked in. Somebody's getting knocked out. I honestly can't see this fight going to distance. It's impossible. We're gonna see a knock. Somebody's getting knocked out. But then I think it could be one of those fights where, you know, they both go into deep waters. They both get dropped. You know what I'm saying? So may the best man win. But obviously, you know, Team AJ. But he's locked in, man. He's locked in. He's locked in. He's locked in.
Yeah, he looks it. He looks locked in, man. And Lucy's obviously seeing Liam Smith pulled out, which is a shame. I don't know what's even going to happen in that situation
and
as
he
well.
got an injury. That's why I pulled out.
Yeah. So he's obviously
And they
pulled
can't
out
replace. Obviously it's now what they've got. What just
1 week,
under a
man.
week. Yeah. So they can't. There's no replacement. So
Yeah, it's a bit deep,
unfortunately,
man. It's a bit deep on Josh Kelly, man, because I'm sure
happens in it.
yeah, he was waiting for something
They'll,
like
they'll,
this.
they'll probably give him a slot. I think about it. They'll probably give him a slot in the next event in October, because think about Thingy's fight's been cancelled, isn't it?
Shakur
Yeah,
Stevenson.
yeah. So they
An
might give him a
injury.
slot there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
been injuries, man. So it's mad.
yeah.
It's mad. Did you see what happened to Shakur, the injury wise? But that was
Uh,
yeah, man. Obviously in sparring, I think he tried to land a body shot. I think his hand hit the person's hip, and yeah, his hand was gone. He was just on the floor. Like, yeah, it was a bit crazy, man. I felt for him, man, because like as much as a lot of people are saying whatever about Shakur, obviously I'm a Tank guy. I'm a big Tank fan, man. But I don't want to see other fighters, especially young, upcoming fight. No, he's not even upcoming. He's established. Like this was supposed to be his introduction to working with Eddie as well. So I'm sure Eddie's absolutely, he's pissed right now, man, because the way he's been promoting him like crazy, man, in these past few weeks, and then for him to get the injury, he's probably thinking, shit. Like,
it happens, man.
because,
Unfortunately, it's boxing, and it happens.
yeah,
It
man,
happens.
so lucky, man.
But hey, Eddie's smiling already because come Saturday, like this is the real deal, man. This is the real deal.
This is his cash cow.
It's
This
the
is
real
his
deal. So
his man, the cash cow, AJ. He's got a big opportunity here to become three-time world champion. To follow legends like
you
Muhammad
know,
Ali.
I want to ask everyone's prediction because it keeps changing. It
Yeah.
keeps changing because some the bookies are saying 50-50, so I'm hearing, or 70-30 AJ. But again, bet on the odds, so bet on the undercard, sorry, the underdog,
Mm,
that he knocks out AJ. But I just want to know from people, like, what do you think? Who do you think will win,
mm.
AJ or Dubois, and how?
Guys, guys, get involved, get involved. Just my personal opinion, cuz I just think that AJ for me, he has to be the favorite in this fight, man. But you can't overlook Daniel Dubois, man, because you got to
No, of
think about the run up for both guys.
of course.
Since Joshua's lost to Usyk, he's been on a tremendous comeback. You look at the fights that he's had, and he's obviously looked really good with Ben Davison. Ben Davison looks like he's doing a great job, giving him the confidence. But then you think about Daniel Dubois, what he's
Mhm.
been in
Of
life in
course.
general, man. That for me, he's shown that he's a true warrior because he's been able to come back from situations after situations. The Jojo's thing happened the first time, and then he obviously had that situation with Usyk, and then
Yeah.
since then he's been able to come back stronger. Jerome Miller beat him, Herkovich beat him, but the way Herkovich was landing that right hand,
Yeah.
I'm very afraid that if Joshua lands that right hand, it could be a big problem. And Richie Woodall, he obviously
Mm.
had them both in just sort of during the Olympic GB team, and he was saying that obviously Dubois has a very good jab, and he says that Joshua has a very good right hand. So it lets you know that if Dubois needs to win this fight, he needs to stay away from that right hand. He
Yeah.
needs to use his jab, keep his distance, be patient, and when that time comes and it's ready to rumble, then anything goes, man. But I kind of want to hear what everyone's saying. Lucy's obviously saying AJ knocks out Dubois late, but Dubois drops him. She has said this a few times, so big up
Mm.
to Lucy in her consistency. Lucy, we don't know that Dubois could make it to the 10th round. Oh, he's just losing hope in his guy, man. It's really disappointing, man. See, I'm not gonna lie. What? What? Yeah, I'm so confused. I don't even know what that is, man. So, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
just a quick one. So it's been confirmed that Wilder is not retiring. He's actually coming back.
Okay.
I've said this before. The fight that made sense for Wilder will be Dillian White. That will be the fight. They put them on an undercard. Put
Yeah.
them on an undercard. That fight. That's a serious fight there.
Yeah, Lucy, I think so as well, man. It's probably had one or two. But yeah, cuz I would love that. The Can Man, that fight was supposed to happen ages ago, man, but it didn't happen. But I'd love to see it now. And because both guys, they're kind of in a situation where they kind of need each other now. So I think it makes sense, man. But do I want to see Wilder back in the ring?
Do you know what? Look, end of the day, yeah. We
you know what, like, I can't lie. I don't want to see Wilder back in the ring with Malik, man. I just don't think Malik is.
It might not be Malik. It might not be Malik. I mean, I don't know.
Like, proper trainer.
I think look at Derek Chisora. He's got 2 more fights in him. Yeah, we don't want to see the trilogy, and we don't want to see him fight Wilder. Yeah? It's just a no-no. Yeah. But Wilder vs White, it's a good fight because it's just like they're both kind of trying to save their career and trying to prove a point, and who knows? And I feel like because they both got unfinished beef or business, should I say? It's just like it's gonna be a proper fight because look, Wilder fighting the likes of, not making an excuse when he fought Zhang or Parker, he didn't really have any bitterness towards them. Do you know what I mean? It was just more of but with White, it's like, yeah, we're seeing something. Do you know what I mean? We're seeing something.
Yeah, White will get that Wilder out of him, man. Just just through the antics, press conference, they'll be going back and forth, social media.
Yeah.
Like White, what he brings, man. He's the Can Man, the body snatcher, and I think they both need each other. I would just want, if there was a way, but it can't happen because he's obviously with Tyson Fury, man. I would want Wilder to, if he was to get a coach like Sugar Hill, someone who is a knock, like, can really show him the proper way to, land the shots. I'm not saying what Malik's doing is wrong or nothing, man, but I think what Malik's doing right now is he should be doing that with a young fighter who hasn't, had the experience that Wilder's got, man. It's like teaching an old dog new tricks, man. There's no point, man. Let him be him. When he's himself, he just gets the job done, man. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. I need White Wilder. Sounds like GOAT series. Yeah, man, I would absolutely love it, man. I would love that as well. I think that'll be a tremendous fight.
It makes perfect sense. Like, literally, if Eddie's watching this, it makes sense. Put them on an undercard. Just it doesn't have to be a main event. Do you know what I mean? Like, just put them on an undercard. Make that fight happen. Make that fight happen. And I'm telling you now, it'll be a big one. It will be a big one. Dillian White vs Wilder, right? You can name the event or the match. You can name it, I don't know, unfinished business or saving career. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Just something. Or heavyweight madness or heavyweight clash. In fact, make that a main event. Make it a main event.
Yeah, man. I'll name it. I'll name it like Last Man Standing, man.
There you go. Last Man Standing.
WWE thing, man. Yeah, man. Like bringing
Wilder
versus White.
Last Man Standing. Boom.
Last Man Standing. Bang. So whoever's the last man standing wins, man. So now, Eddie, so if you're listening, Last Man Standing, Wilder versus White. People would love to see it. I would love to see it. And yeah, man, good energy, man. Because obviously this show has been truly tremendous. Obviously, big up to the community, big up to the people that's obviously tuned in. We've obviously had a few people tune in, so we're loving the energy. We obviously do these shows not even for our own pleasure. We do these for you guys. We want to give you guys a voice, a platform, but then at the same time give you access for our content, man. But because before I obviously wrap up, just a little word from our sponsors, D-Rock. Yes. Cuz I love that last bit of the promo. Obviously, big up to you. Love the energy, and big up to the whole of the iBoxingHub family as well. Obviously, Aisha currently on holiday. Hopefully, she enjoys it in Spain. Big up to Abbas as well. Obviously, was in Newcastle. Just want to remind the people his interviews is out. Adam Salah and Slim the Hitman is out as well. And also big up to Mr. Neutral and Rico as well. They obviously did a tremendous watch along. So guys, if you want to kind of go back to that vibe of the fight, but get it from a fan's perspective, just head over to the channel. Just watch the watch along again. Just see the banter, see the love. It's all good. Big up to Ra as well. Big up to, you know, the whole of the Stay Weighed In family as well. Sugar Ray. I just don't know who else, man. Like, we've just got such a big family. So if I'm missing anyone, apologies. But yeah, just big up to everyone, the community. We love you all, man. So guys, 40% off. If you like what we're wearing, just iBoxingHub 24 and you can get 40% off anything. But cuz, I'm gonna obviously hand it over to you, of course. Chin up still too high. Is what Lucy's saying. Nah, big up, man. Maybe she wants you to redo the video. Your chin up. No.
Wednesday, we're going to preview the upcoming event, innit? We'll talk about each fights Wednesday. So, literally, and also get people's prediction, whatnot, and probably do a poll as well, do you know what I'm saying, throughout the week. So, you know, thank you for your continuous support, people. Thank you. Have a lovely, blessed week. It's gonna be an amazing week because there's a next week.
Look, you see what Russ says? Still naked in the bath. He's had the longest bath in the world.
I don't business that was just irrelevant. But anyway, So we're back here again next week on Wednesday. Tune in at 7:30. Peace and love.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag by the end.